on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 24 Ultimate Team video. The brand new competitive pass for Season 4 is live right now. In today's video, we're going to go over everything you need to know about it, including how to get all of the free rewards. Let's go ahead and jump right on into it. We're also going to go over some other updates and news that's going on in MUT, but let's start with the competitive pass. And just when you thought EA couldn't make this thing any worse, they made yet another change to it that is not going to encourage people to want to engage and play and grind this competitive pass. And at the end of the day, I know EA's goal is to make money, but they also want people to play their game because they're not going to make as much money if people aren't playing the game. And this is just not doing it. So let's go through. We went over the rewards yesterday. I'm not going to spend too much time showing you them, but the two player rewards are Tommy DeVito and a Caleb Evans. So if you scroll through the field pass here, it pretty much, much of the same. You got your red zone packs, midfield, touchdown, etc. Their Season 4 XP, I think the main reason people are going to participate in this comp pass is literally because of the Season 4 XP, which is also kind of funny because the Season 4 field pass is a bit lackluster. This one also is worth pointing out that if you look in that upper left, it's got 48 days, 23 hours, and 30 minutes. This one basically lasts right around, I think, up until the end of February. So if you kind of time that with the Season 4 field pass, you got that 2-day window. It's a little bit less than 2 days, but it looks like Season 4 field pass will likely end on a Wednesday, and then the new comp pass will go live back on a Friday, similar to what we did from Season 3 to Season 4. So if you go to the very first player reward, and I'm going to scroll, we'll get to the catalog in a minute and show you the players as well, because I do want to talk about their abilities. But the first exclusive player reward is level 22. You get a 93 overall Tommy DeVito. If you're in the first 1,000, you're going to unlock an auctionable card that also has a 6th ability bucket that gives you a good discounted ability, or it's not discounted, but again, I'll explain it in a little while. They once again removed the full legend pack. So 2 comp passes ago, level 27 and level, I think it's 53, whatever's at the end, would give you a full legend player, an auctionable player. I think a good compromise would have been give us the full legend player, but make it BND. Instead, they're giving us 2 legend packs, which if you've opened these up, they're usually trash. They don't really have much good in it unless you're one of the probably 1 to 2% of people that might have a full legend or have some type of luck with these. I got my 2 from the last comp pass that will probably open up tomorrow when brand new legends come out. The second exclusive player reward is that of Caleb Evans. I believe he's going to be at level 48. He will be a 94 overall. And again, if you're in the top 1,000 people to earn this card, which actually might not be impossible now for a lot of you, because I think a lot less people are going to be playing through this and engaging in it just because of some of the rewards. But this card also would be auctionable if you're in the first 1,000 and has a, I think this one has a decent set of discounted abilities, but when we get to the catalog, I'll show you. When you max it out at level 53, another 2 times legend pack. And again, if anything, they could at least make this one a full legend player. Those that participate and get all the way to level 53, I think they should deserve some type of good compensation, and this one is just simply not doing it. So they removed the legend, the full legends from it. The players in this one aren't very exciting or enticing. They also nerfed the XP from the daily objectives. So if you guys played the comp pass last season, and I don't remember the amounts exactly off the top of my head, but there were 3 different objectives and they went up in XP as you went on. And what I mean by that is, like, the first one on the list gave you the least XP, the second one was in the middle, the third one gave you the most. It was like 18, 12, and 8, I think, was the amount. Now they nerfed it down to 2, 4, and 6. So you don't even get enough combined XP from all 3 of these than what you did in the last comp pass from just one objective. The 2 interception objective gave you 18 last time around. So that's just another thing that discouraged people from playing the game and frustrates players, and I'm frustrated about it. I'm sure all of you watching this video are going to be frustrated about it as well. Now, one other thing I do want to note, with taking this out, it's not going to be that way anymore, but the objectives that they changed last time around, they kept for like MUT champs. So winning games is going to give you pretty good XP. When it comes down to it, for online game modes between head-to-head seasons and MUT champs champs is more lucrative with XP versus head-to-head seasons doesn't give you as much XP, but it is easier to make coins, especially if you're good at the game because of trophy packs and getting coins for making the playoffs, winning playoff games, and winning Super Bowls. If you're more casual, you should be playing MUT champs because that's going to give you the XP if you care to grind this field pass. And I think with the XP amounts that they give you here, it did make it easier to level up the last one. Plus, of course, the dailies being as good as they are. And I don't know how it's going to play out this time around here, but one more time, none of that really matters if the rewards that we're going after just don't feel beneficial or worth the time. So I'm still going to play through it, but I understand why a lot of you probably won't and will not engage in the game and maybe even quit the game after the Super Bowl or very, very soon. Solo battles is pretty much the same. I mean, if you're an offline only player, you're going to have to grind all of these things, but I really do encourage you to try to jump into MUT champs, maybe win 5 games a week. I think that's pretty reasonable out of a 25 total possible games. I think a lot of you don't give yourself enough credit and could probably get that done or get a couple wins there. Again, head-to-head seasons, much better for coin making, not so much for XP. If you scroll through the objectives, it's just not paid out much. And then you have your milestone goals. These normally reset or add to, meaning we get more of them kind of halfway through the comp pass, so I'd say in like 3 to 4 weeks you might see more added, but for now these are here, and this, once you complete this section, you're not going to have any other XP from these until they add more. Whereas head-to-head season, solo battle, MUT champs, and I know a lot of you already know this, but we got a new player base over the holidays, some people might not. MUT champs, solo battles, and head-to-head season objectives, look in that upper right part of the screen. These reset every single Friday morning, roughly, usually right around 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. One other thing of the rewards, not major, but I just wanted to make sure I pointed it out. There's a 91 overall Blitz fantasy pack, I believe, somewhere in here. That one's going to come at level 9. I will probably not make a video going over the best ones on that, so just kind of pick whatever position you might need. And then a little bit further down, in between the 2 exclusive players, you get a 92 overall Harvest Champion. There's actually some pretty good options in there, but by the time people open this up, which is going to be like 2 to 3 to maybe even 4 weeks from now, they won't be as good. So EA, being stingy with the rewards, could have easily made this reward a 93-0 Chill Champion pack that's BND, and that level 9 one could have been a 92 overall Harvest. I think that would have been better played out, but you know, I just think the people who make the decisions specifically on like competitive rewards, I don't think they play the game. I don't even want to say I don't think. I know they don't play the game. I don't actually know that, but when you judge by what they give out, I don't think they understand what it takes to play this game day in, day out, and sometimes sweat your life away trying to get wins, because competition can be tough, especially to most casual players. And a lot of times the risk, or it's not really risk, but the time spent on competitive specifically just does not feel beneficial to what you're getting as you play and all of the hours that you put into it. The DeVito card actually isn't bad if you're in the top 1,000, but there's going to be more players who are not in the top 1,000 than are, so overall this card stinks because it's not going to get set feet lead. So this is the card that if you get in the top 1,000 you would get, and if you take a look at the discounted abilities, he gets Pass Lead Elite for 6 AP. First card in the game to get it. It's basically set feet lead, but you can do it on the run, so it's a much better ability. You'll see a lot more of it as the year goes on, but right now he's the first player that can get it. So 6 AP here, and then the second to last bucket, you can get Hot Route Master for 2, so basically he can get Hot Route Master and Pass Lead Elite for a total of 8, which would take up your whole offensive AP, but with Hot Route Master that impacts so many other players, it's worth it. The problem is, if you're not in the top 1,000, you're not going to be able to get set feet lead on this card because the requirement for that is to have 94 throwing power, and guess what? EA gave this card 93 throwing power. He's not going to be able to get Hot Route Master because guess what? He needs 91 awareness, he only has 89 awareness. So because if you're not in the top 1,000, this card gets no good abilities, and there's so many cheap cards out there, other free cards out there like 91 Baker Mayfield, the 93 Johnny Manziel, they both get set feet lead. This card will not. So what is the point of this card? And the crazy thing is this one takes more work and more dedication to earn than the Johnny Manziel card or the Baker Mayfield card, which are better. And so this is a really bad reward, and they could have made it a 94 or even a 95 overall, especially a 94, because then that would have +1 his throwing power and at least gave him set feet lead, but he doesn't get any of that if you're not in the top 1,000. And then when it comes to a Caleb Evans, not a terrible card, but it's just not a great card for the end of the field pass. Like, there's so much work that you have to put in to get to this one. He does have good discounted abilities. The deep out zone KO for 3 AP is very good, and this one looks, my bad, I got it confused. This is deep zone KO, so this is, I think, similar to what that Darren Woodson in Season 3 had. It's basically deep out and deep in zone KO together for 3 AP. That's really, really good here, but if you're not in the top 1,000, you can't take advantage. He also gets Pick Artist for 1 AP. That's pretty good, but if you go over to the, or just take a look at the other abilities, they're all pretty standard. I mean, Pick Artist for 2 AP is cool, but, you know, again, if you're not in the top 1,000, are you going to have good cards from these? Not at all, because abilities a lot of more times are more important than attributes. And even with this card, I mean, he only gets 88 man coverage for a 94 overall cornerback, and he does have great speed and he's 6'2", but for a card that takes so much time to earn, and it's not even like it's difficult, it's just generally time to get a cornerback that doesn't get good abilities or good attributes. It's just annoying. Let's talk about house rules. We got the playoff promo that came out yesterday. Very good promo. House rules, pretty cool, but a big problem is that wins are not tracking consistently. So they are working, and the way this one plays out is you're either on offense or defense. The game starts on the 10-yard line. If you get a stop, you win. If your opponent scores, you lose, and they win. If you're on offense and you score, you win. If you're on offense and you don't score, your opponent wins. Pretty simple there. Very, very quick games. And one other thing I do want to point out, this is a great way to make coins right now, because you get 1,000 coins per win. Doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're fairly decent at the game, these games go so quick, it's easy to win them, especially if you're on offense. You can make a decent amount of coin just playing this over and over and over again. The problem is sometimes you'll get a win, you come out to the main menu and you don't get those 1,000 coins. That means the win didn't track. If that happens to you, reset your game completely. They seem to track after that, and then it happens again, so you're going to find yourself resetting. I probably had to reset maybe 5 times to get to these 11 wins, but until EA either addresses it or fixes it, that's what you need to do right now. And of course, you want to be grinding through this because there are XP rewards and Field Pass rewards for the Playoff Field Pass, which ultimately is going to give you a free 94 overall. So it's certainly worth doing these. There's a bunch of 88 plus non-BND playoff player packs as you go on, along with some 20K payouts. Because these games go so quick, I think it's worth grinding all 100 wins, specifically if you're no money spent. If you're not, you might not care about it as much, but I'll be going for 100 wins over on my no money spent account. Also, being that we're early in a new month, we have a Prime Gaming pack. So if you subscribe to Amazon Prime, you get Prime Gaming packs every single month. They're not really the most amazing players. It's pretty much free training there, but I did just want to let you know that pack is available for a free 89 overall card. And also, if you're signed up with Mutt Rewards, you go to muttrewards.com to do so. You should have received your packs based on what tier you're on right now. Just showing you some examples of what I got in my Mutt Reward packs on my main account, but both of those things went live earlier this morning, so make sure you go claim those. One other thing regarding the player fatigue, which is an issue you've probably noticed if you've played the game over the last 24 to 48 hours. EA did address it on GMM yesterday, said they were looking into it. There was server maintenance this morning, but a lot of times people assume that server maintenance means they're fixing something in-game or like it's a patch, and that's not the case. Server maintenance usually is some type of server-side thing. I mean, I don't know exactly what they're doing, but it's probably, you know, doing things with accounts and of that nature. It doesn't fix gameplay problems like that, so I believe the fatigue issue is still going on, and we might need to see a patch for that to get fixed, and I don't know if and when that patch is ever going to come out. I'm going to give it another day, but tomorrow or Sunday at the latest, I do want to put out a video talking about how to construct your roster based off of that fatigue and, you know, things that you can take advantage of to not have your players fatigue or to fatigue your opponent's players. But I want to see if something, you know, fix-wise happens before I do that video, because it could all change and then that video could end up being irrelevant. I got more videos on the way coming later today, but thank you guys so much for tuning into this one. My name is Popular Stranger, and I'm out. Peace.